Hey, stroke lines, and someone wrote me asking they saw like something with my HTML tags using HotStrings. So if I say like C blue and it dumps in this, and notice where it puts my cursor, right? It's putting me where I want to be. So I could put this would be the words hello world, and those would be in blue, right? Or like for bold, I have it set up if I do BD period space, it will throw in the closing for me and leave me where I want to be. So these are done with HotStrings. I have them configured slightly different because mine are in Studio, and Studio doesn't like HotStrings, so I want to demonstrate it building them in Sight for AutoHotkey. So here, let me suspend my other one because that's where they were running. So I'm going to suspend those just so what we do works here. So, oh, you know what? Let me unsuspend those because I just don't know them well enough to bring up the silly code. So suspend, because I use a hot string, right? It's a beautiful thing about hot strings. So this is what I want it to be. I want it to move over here. So this is 7 characters. So here I'm constructing in AutoHotkey a hot string, right? So I'm going to want this to move left 7 characters, and that should be the right number, but maybe it's 8 or maybe it's 6. I don't know. We'll find out. Now here on the far left, we want to start off with 2 colons. I'm going to put all 4, and I'm going to back up because this is what we want to type. So this would be, let's just do CB period, right? So that's what we want to type in order for this to come up. And I'm going to come back over here. I don't want a space after what I'm done, so I'm going to add an O here. And just for fun, I'm going to put an R for sending raw, right? So I'm going to save this and launch it. And now if I type CB, I can do it here, right? CB period. Now watch when I hit space, bam, throws it in. Oh, interesting. Oh, because, that's funny, because I have the raw, so that obviously we'd have to plan a little differently, right? And there's workarounds for this. So I'm gonna save this, F5 and Sight should reload it, CB period space. There we go. So now I moved over and look where I am. So that worked the way I wanted to. So that's how you do it, right? If I wanted to do like a bold, let's say I'm gonna put the 2 colons, let's do an O there again. An O, you know what, let's leave it off. So BD period. I think, boy, is it strong? I forget. Strong, and then again, slash strong. And here, we're gonna go, it looks like about 7. Oops. Left, 7 characters. I'm not sure if that's the right number. And again, I'm gonna, oh, I don't want to start from there. I'm gonna come over like this, and I'm looking down here. So 9, it looks like that's 9 characters are selected. So I think that'll get me there. Save this, hit F5, hopefully that reloaded. BD period space. Now, see how this had a space in here? It actually, it threw in that space. It was moving over while it threw in the space. And so that space normally, if I didn't have this left, so let me get rid of this. So I commented that out. Now I'm gonna save this, hit F5, BD period space. Now it's here. Notice the space is here, right? That I wouldn't normally want, not in HTML. It doesn't really matter, right? You can ignore it. But to get rid of that, that's what that O does. So I'm gonna save this, hit F5, BD period space. Now notice there's no space there, which is great, but you know what? I want that left back to be moving back. So save, F5, BD period space, and now I'm back where I want to be, right? So I looked in the forum. I did see a couple scripts for doing regular expressions to auto look at your pattern and then try to adjust. I tried a couple of them. They didn't quite work the way I wanted them to. So I decided just to, you know what, usually there's what, like a dozen you use. To me, you know, I would rather have a 1 to 2 letter abbreviation, because if you're using a regular expression to say, hey, look at what was here, and then go and add the closing bracket, that means you have to type everything on the left. And sometimes that's longer than what I want to type, right? So I like just doing it this way. Actually, Sight has a built-in closing for XML and HTML. I think you can enable that if you're using Sight. So do a lot of editors. But if you're not using those, this is a great, easy way. HotStrings are free. I have a Udemy course on HotStrings if you're interested, or just watch my videos on it, right, on YouTube. But HotStrings are amazing. If you're not using them, use them. That means you. I'm looking at you. Anyway, I hope that helps. Hope you guys are having a great day. Cheers.